So in the last session, we had discussed that pair of testes has been developed in the fetus when embryonic development are started. Testes are developed in the lumbar region just below the kidney, and when fetus was 6 to 7 months old inside the uterus, then this pair of testes get descend down in the respective scrotum through the inguinal canal. So structurally, when we draw the pair of testes, this is the inguinal canal through which testes get descend down. Okay, and when testes fail to descend down in the scrotum, then it is a disorder which leads the sterility in the male, and that disorder is known as cryptorchidism. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the structure of testes in more detail. So first of all, we must have to know that each testis is bounded by a thick fibrous connective tissue layer. This covering of the testis, which is made up of fibrous connective tissue, it is known as tunica albuginea. However, outside the tunica albuginea, one more protective cover is present, but it is very thin and membranous. It contains the peritoneum membrane along with some blood capillaries. This outer covering, which just looks like this, is known as tunica vaginalis. So this is suppose the diagrammatic presentation of tunica vaginalis. This tunica vaginalis also have the three different parts. The outermost layer, which is represented by white marker, is known as parietal layer, since it is present in the periphery. The hollow space is known as cavity, and below the cavity a very thin layer of tunica vaginalis is present, and that is called as visceral layer. So this parietal layer, cavity and visceral layer together be known as tunica vaginalis. So it is made up of three layers: parietal layer, cavity and visceral layer. This parietal layer having some minute interruptions of the peritoneal membrane. Presence of peritoneal membrane in the covering of testis indicates that testis is abdominal in origin. So this is the proof, the presence of what? Peritoneal membrane in the outer covering of the testis. Now, tunica albuginea is a tough protective cover. At some places, tunica albuginea form a partition or finger-like structures. Due to this finger-like structure, what will happen? Different chambers in the testis are formed, and these chambers are known as testicular lobules. So it is testicular lobule. In each testis, there are pair of testes, but we are talking about single one. Each testis having 250 testicular lobule. In each testicular lobule, a highly coiled tubular structure is present, and these tubular structures are known as seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubules. So approximately 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules are present in each chamber or in each testicular lobule. This seminiferous tubule at the end having somewhat straight structure, and this straight structure get enter in a network of irregular capillaries or irregular cavities. This network of irregular cavity, or you may call it as a duct. So network of, these are the seminiferous tubule. Now I am showing that duct with the help of this structure. So these are the network-like structure. So this network of irregular duct are known as rete testis. Rete testis. So we are starting from the seminiferous tubule. In one testicular lobule, there are 1 to 3 highly coiled tubes. These tubes are known as seminiferous tubules, and all the seminiferous tubule emerges out or converges into a network of irregular tubules or network of irregular ducts. This network of irregular duct is known as rete testis. Rete testis start the opening of again elongated tubules, which I am showing with white marker. This elongated tubule which are proceeding from rete testis into the posterior part of the testis, and all these elongated tubules are known as vas efferentia or vasa efferentia, one and the same thing. So first part in the ducts is seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule open into rete testis. Rete testis open into the vas efferentia or vas efferens. This vas efferentia then finally get move in somewhat upper direction like this, and vas efferens open into a broad tube-like structure which is called as epididymis. So when we are arranging the sequence of duct in the male reproductive organ, the first tube are seminiferous tubule. From seminiferous tubule, second is rete testis. Rete testis continue into the vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia get open into the epididymis. So this epididymis structure somewhat looks like, I am rubbing this one for presentation of epididymis. So let us consider this is also a part of parietal layer, okay, and I am showing with green color. This is the head of epididymis. It continue in the lower position like this, and the broad region get narrow. This narrow part continue with another tube, and at this time this tube is called as vasa deferens or vasa differentia. So structure looks like this. So this much part is epididymis, which is represented by green marker. Each epididymis having 3 parts. Uppermost part is broad. It is called as head. Head is also called as caput, in which sperms are first enter through the vasa efferentia. Then middle part is known as body, and body is also called as carpus. The lowest part is again swollen structure. It is called as tail of epididymis, and tail is also called as capta, or yes, it is capta. So head of epididymis, body of epididymis, and tail looks like this. These are the seminiferous tubules. These are the opening of seminiferous tubule. In between the seminiferous tubule, some group of cells are present like this, and these group of cells are known as interstitial cells. Some connective tissues are also there. So this is suppose transverse section of the testes. 3 seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubule are lined up by, they are lined up by spermatogonia, which are also called as germinal cells, like this. So these are germinal epithelium cells. In between germinal epithelium cells, some elongated cone-shaped cells are present, or pyramid-shaped cells. These pyramid-shaped cells are known as Sertoli cells. And the cells which I had drawn with green marker are known as germinal epithelium cells. These germinal epithelium cells undergo meiosis and produces sperm. Germinal epithelium cells. So we can say that seminiferous tubule is internally lined up by the presence of germinal epithelium cell, and in between germinal epithelium cell, few conical shaped or pyramidal shaped cells are also present. They are called as Sertoli cell. Now when germinal cell undergo meiosis and produces sperm in sequential order, for example, this germinal epithelium cell matured into spermatogonia. Spermatogonia produces primary spermatocyte by meiosis 1, then meiosis 2 produces secondary spermatocyte, then spermatid, and spermatid converts into sperm, fully matured male gamete. So all these sequential stages have nutrition for their development, and the nutrition is provided by Sertoli cell. सर्टोली सेल क्या करते हैं, जितनी भी डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस होती है जर्माइनल इपिथेलियम सेल से लेकर मेल स्पर्म तक, उन सबको न्यूट्रिशन सप्लाई करने का काम करता है सर्टोली सेल. ओके, नाउ व्हेन ऑल द स्पर्म गेट डेवलप इन द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल एंड मूव आउट, देन another they enter in the retitestes. Second thing, in between the seminiferous tubule, some patches of group of cells are present, and these group of cells are known as interstitial cells. Interstitial cells are also called as Leydig cells. This Leydig cell produces male sex hormone, and the name of hormone is testosterone or testosterone. So this testosterone hormone is produced by interstitial cell or Leydig cell, which are present in between the seminiferous tubule. So this is all about the longitudinal section of the testis and transverse section of the testis. I am revising it once again before going forward. So each testis is surrounded by a layer of fibrous connective tissue which is thick, and that layer is called as tunica albuginea. Tunica albugina also having some covering which is called as tunica vaginalis. This tunica vaginalis having three parts: parietal layer, between it is a cavity, and then visceral layers. Okay, so internally tunica albuginea show some finger-like infolding which are actually partition, and in between partition a chamber is formed. That chamber is called as testicular lobule. In one testis, approximately 250 testicular lobules are present, and each lobule encloses 1 to 3 seminiferous tubule which are highly coiled, and spermatogenesis, that is sperm formation, is taking place in the seminiferous tubule, because that seminiferous tubule is lined up by germinal epithelium cells which undergo meiosis and produces primary spermatocyte, then secondary spermatocyte, spermatid, and spermatid get matured into sperm. For all these developmental stages, energy and nutrition is necessarily required, which is provided by Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are interrupted in between the germinal epithelium cell. They are elongated, conical or pyramidal shaped structure. Now, in between the seminiferous tubules, some interstitial cells are present, and these interstitial cells or Leydig cells produces male sex organ which is called as testosterone. Now, when we are revising, we must have to revise this also, that all the seminiferous tubule get open into network of irregular duct. This network of irregular tubules or duct is known as retitestis. Retitestis open into vas efferens. Vas efferens open into the epididymis. Epididymis is a C-shaped structure which cover the testis from posterior side, and this epididymis having three parts: head, body and tail. Head and tail are swollen, body somewhat narrow. When sperm enter in the head, they undergo physiologically maturation, motility power increases and capacity of fertilization. Sperm stay for very short duration in the epididymis and then get released out in the another duct which is approximately 40 centimeter in length, and this duct is called as vas deferens. Vas deferens take sperm or carry sperm and goes through the inguinal canal into the abdominal cavity. So diagrammatically we can show this structure in this particular diagram. So this is, suppose they are the testes, pair of testes. Internally it is made up of seminiferous tubule, retitestis and vas efferens. Then this particular C-shaped structure is known as, this C-shaped structure is known as what? Epididymis. This is head part. Just a minute. Yes, it is head part, then middle narrow is body and lower is tail. Tail part attaches with this tissue, and these tissues are here known as gubernaculum tissue, जो मैं आपको last lecture में already explain कर चुका हूँ. This is pouch-like structure which is called as scrotum. Externally it is the skin fold. Okay. Now from the tail of epididymis, this tube, that is vas deferens, arises. Vas deferens, यहाँ पर inguinal canal है, which is a connection between abdominal cavity and, yes, scrotum. So this vas deferens get ascend मतलब ये ऊपर जा रही है. It will enter in the abdominal cavity and bend down round over the urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. Urine is accumulated in this particular space, And this gland, which is represented by blue lining, blue color, it is seminal vesicle gland. Okay, seminal vesicle gland से जो डक्ट है वो वास्ट डिफरेंस को यहां पे देखिए ज्वाइन कर लेती है. तो यहां पर से जो कंटेंट फ्लो होगा, मतलब इस डायरेक्शन में आगे स्पर्म भी रहेगा और सेमाइनल फ्लूइड भी रहेगा. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन कैरी सेमाइनल वेसिकल fluid as well as sperm, and this duct join the urinary bladder or urethra. So this is a common passage. This structure is a common passage for urine as well as semen. Semen is a fluid which is made up of sperm, seminal fluid and prostate fluid. पीछे जो gland है, this is prostate gland. Prostate gland also secrete its fluid in the same tract. It is genital tract. Okay, now this small pierce shaped gland are called as Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland का भी secretion इधर आ जाएंगे, and all this secretion are moving through the urethra. This muscular structure is urethra. Okay, and this especially muscle are called as penis, and the duct is called as urethra. So semen fluid and urine both are commonly moved through this tract and get out. There are two sphincters, external sphincter and internal sphincter, and gland penis like external genitalia we will study in the next video lecture. Thank you.